the West Coast Cowboy Tour. If you want to see where I'm going to be, go to thejasonellis.com to see tour dates and where I'm going to be, because I might be in your town. thejasonellis.com. Do it. Go now.
Beef bowls aside, what can you cook?
Strudel.
What is? I've always wondered, Caitlyn Jenner, what is strudel?
It's a delightful pastry.
Okay. Tell me more.
There's jam in it.
Is there?
Mm-hmm. And you can put some... Oh, I make them in the toaster.
Uh-huh. Toaster strudels.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I've only...
The regular Betty Crocker over here. Susie Homemaker.
Look, my background does not...
You don't have a background.
I didn't touche. Yeah, man. Jason Ellis Show, exclusively live on Patreon, exclusively live on YouTube, exclusively... I don't know how to say exclusively. Wait, third time's a charm. Exclusively. Michael Tully.
Jason Ellis.
You did not die and you were not fired and you are here. A lot of people are on YouTube right now going...
A lot of people talking shit.
And of course, Raw Dog. Wait a minute.
Oh, no.
What the hell happened? Yeah, well, that's a bummer. But we are live. We're checking it out. We're getting, yesterday I did a show, last night, the second show ever, where I was on my YouTube channel and the calls, it was like I was back on the radio. People were calling and talking like they used to, where they were.
Is it starting again already, or is that a telemarketer?
This is my phone, so this is for sure a telemarketer.
This is an important notice from our approval department.
They'll never really approve me.
No, that's the irony.
That's the thing.
They keep calling with pre-approval.
It's a lie, Michael. They go, here's your shot, big time. And then I go in and they go, meh. Nah, not shy, though.
As a rule of thumb, the more envelopes you get in the mail with all the things you're pre-approved for, the less likely you are that you could actually get any of those things.
I got a credit card the other day. They said, hey, do you want 70,000?
Stop bragging.
They said, do you want $70,000? And I was like, do I?
Yeah.
And then I called my my manager, and she said, no.
Why?
Because I already owe.
Why doesn't she want you to have $70,000? That sounds like a terrible manager. I
already owe a lot, Michael.
I don't want to tell her business.
I won't be able to pay it back. I think that's why.
Oh, that's what. Because it's credit.
Yeah,
right.
And I already have a large sum of money that I owe.
I know.
Is it the government or is it the bank?
No, you owe a bank.
Right.
I'm assuming.
Well, screw them. I got these boots in the mail.
In an unrelated story.
Yeah, I mean, what is related? Look, yeah.
Uh-huh.
The government, the bank, boots.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Ties in.
Yeah, I am swimming in debt so much so my manager won't let me take on the ability to get more. Hey, guys, look at these boots I got.
Look, you can't dwell in the bad stuff, Michael. You got to look. Sure, yeah, am I in ridiculous amounts of credit card debt?
I hear you, brother.
To go bankrupt?
Yeah.
I got free boots.
Oh, free?
Yeah. Oh,
no, I didn't.
But look at it.
They're very nice.
Are you lying?
Yeah.
Right. Well, they're comfortable.
I'm the last guy to ask, as you know.
I've never been I've never been an anything guy.
Mm-hmm.
I just do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
These pants are Dickies.
Yeah. That was a turn I didn't see coming from you. That's like when Hulk Hogan became Hollywood Hogan.
They hate Hollywood Hogan. Do you know that?
I did see a clip of him.
Do you know why they booed him?
Because he spoke at the Republican National Convention?
No.
Why not?
because he's a racist and he has documentation of dropping N-bombs and saying he doesn't like black people.
Yeah, but
allegedly.
But that happened like 8 years ago.
Yeah, but
I think he's been cheered multiple times since then.
No,
They just found out?
No, because he's
About
in
how
LA.
he feels about who
No, because he was in LA.
Oh.
And LA is blacks represent pretty hard there. And they were like, "You're not getting out of this one, Slim Jackson."
Was that Netflix?
That's what Ice Cube's son told me.
Raw O'Shea Jackson.
TikTok. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's fair.
I tend to think
What happened to his daughter?
I tend to think that we all have these very caricatured views of what cities are like. Like
Horse-headed lady. I like horses. Maybe I should go out with her.
You like a lady with a strong chin.
Do I?
I could see you with Brooke Hogan.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
what
But then
is she
I
up to
would
these
be
days?
going out with somebody who's got a racist dad, which wouldn't be the first time.
Is that so?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see.
I mean, look at me.
Yeah.
You know? People that are attracted to me because because you got a problem with your father or whatever.
Right. This'll teach him.
Oh, man, is that what? I thought it was because they were like relating, like I was the new daddy.
Do you love me now, Daddy? Are you happy now?
Holy shit.
This is what you have wrought, old man. Are you happy now?
No. Yeah. I don't know the answers to anything.
Oh, I've never been more sure
trucking.
that I have no fucking idea. It's actually kind of liberating.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm sort of like my dad. My dad has reached a point where he's in his late 80s, and there's a man, to the extent that any of us knows what's going on. He's on solid footing, and then the ground starts to disappear beneath his feet, but he's afraid to admit it to the world because he's afraid to admit it to himself.
Yep.
And that's a dangerous period of time where your dad is like, your parents aren't really capable of making decisions like they used to, but they refuse to admit it.
Right.
We're into the other side where he's like, this came in the mail. I'm just mailing it to you. I have no idea what it says. Tell me what to do.
Yeah. That's where I'm at.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm getting there at the exact same time as my father, who is 40 years older than me.
So we're advanced.
In a sense.
It's kind of like, the things that kids are into where I go, that's lame, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, we had a thing where my parents thought it was lame, and nothing is more annoying than an old person telling you that your new stuff is lame.
I'm just disappointed that young people don't have enough stuff that I find stupid.
You like it.
I'm just saying, like, I remember looking my friend's dad in the eye when he was like, you should listen to Eric Clapton and Bob Dylan. And I'm like, yes, but have you heard of Dangerous Toys and Motley Crue?
Yeah.
And he's like, you must be kidding. You know, the only redeeming virtues of those bands are the tiny little bits they were smart enough to steal from good bands. And I'm like, but have you heard Kickstart My Heart?
Right. Because that is a good argument.
I want young people to play stuff for me where I'm like, now you guys have to be kidding me. You're a bunch of morons. I actually think, like, I like that the kids, it's not as big as it was a couple of years ago, the kids with the broccoli hair.
Broccoli hair?
Yeah. Every kid had the broccoli hair.
You mean the Edgar?
Maybe, sure. I feel like the first guy that I saw it on was Paolo Banchero. He's a basketball player at Duke. He's like
Does he have an afro? Is that what you're talking about?
But it's short on the sides and then it's broccoli on top.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
No, but I
definitely can.
I was like, you guys look like idiots and you all have the same dumb haircut. Well done. That's what you're supposed to do.
I mean, there's two things going on there. That Jake's put on. Jakey, some of those are Edgars. There's an Edgar in the mix, but see that one right there. That's the Edgar. Oh. It's tighter on the sides, but it's still got an Edgar vibe. My son and all his friends have the Edgar, and they look stupid.
Which is great. Which is their job.
Like I want to beat them, and if any of them are beaten, I think it's funny because that's what you get for having that haircut, you douche.
But you know they don't get beaten. They get laid.
Well, that, once again, the women, they're not smart, you know. I was thinking, there's a guy, this is going to be controversial. I should probably not say it, but there's a guy that's going to be in charge of the military or something, slick back hair. He's on Fox News or something. Okay. Pretty good looking guy, I think. Mm-hmm. Like he had his time or something.
Yeah.
He looks like a bit of a like a lady, like he did well with the ladies, or at
Right.
least he thinks he does well with the ladies.
Okay.
And I see on TikTok that he's being interrogated for being a bit inappropriate with the ladies in his past, and he's got some ex-wives, and he might have had sexual relations with somebody when he was married to somebody else, and so, you know, like dude stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And then they're saying that he said that women shouldn't be in the military or in battle.
Okay.
And I'm starting to change my opinion of everything now, where it's like, you know, the troops, being a soldier and being in battle, like to me, because I've been watching a lot of movies lately where it's just like war and stuff. And it's like, there's one movie, I don't know what it was, it's got that Pratt guy in it. And he goes to the future where it's like aliens are killing.
Because he's got to like save his daughter. And I saw that piece of shit. Yeah.
I was looking at TikTok while it was on, so I don't really know what happened.
Yeah. They were banking on people being on TikTok while they watched that.
Oh, well then, well done.
It's not very rewarding if you actually pay attention.
Right. But the thing is when you get to battle and the people that are coming to fight you are crazy and like cold-hearted killers.
Yeah.
It's a harder fight to win. Mm-hmm. And it's like the scarier people are, the better they are at winning. And if we are the most powerful force and we win everything, we have the best of everything in our lives because our defense is terrifying to the rest of the world.
By we, you mean America?
Yeah, okay. Right now.
Right.
But it's also like this other part of the world where it's like men should be more understanding and you know, understand, you know, don't be a bully and don't pick on people.
Right.
But it's like, yeah, but you want this killing machine to defend us. And then when the killing machine comes back home, you expect them to be like understanding to like gay rights and stuff. Yeah. Like I like gay rights. You know what I mean? Like I like.
Yeah, you used to like them a lot. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that. But also, you gotta like, how do they adjust from being the scariest people in the world,
right? And
then come back and be like, oh, you know, pink doesn't make me mad. Pink should make you mad if you're a killing machine, and you thirst for battle, right? Because that's what a winner in battle is: a war-thirsty maniac, that wants to kill everybody, and then you expect them to come home and like be adaptable and understanding and nice to their wives. Like, no, it's like businessmen, the same thing. Like
social media has taken you on a wild ride these last few months.
I'm not saying I'm right, Michael. I'm just saying words.
Because this is like deeply fascist stuff that you're saying right now.
Is it? Well, you haven't let me finish.
Okay. All right. Touche.
I'm not saying I'm them, you know, because I would say that I'm more of a girly man and I like what's going on in your day and like, is there anything I can do for you? And everybody should, like, if you are a trans lady, I'll call you a lady, like you're a lady. And if you want to go to the bathroom, that's cool. And like, hey man, don't pick on them because they're not that cute. That's mean. But if you're like this maniac of sorts, you know, it's like, you be careful what you want in your life. Like if everybody was just like, oh, look, let them go, let them have it, then maybe we wouldn't have borders or something and everybody would take over. So there's like, you need these crazy people. I'm terrified of them.
Yeah.
But maybe they're important, and maybe like saying some things where I don't think it's fair when they say it. Like, I don't think this guy, he rubs off on me as not a nice guy.
Right.
He doesn't seem fair. I don't know him, but I think he's done some mean stuff to people.
Right.
But if he's in charge of war people,
right,
maybe that's what you need. So I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I just find I used to hate people like that, and now I'm like, well, if I don't have to go out with him, I'm okay with it. Like if he's in charge of like making sure other people kill other people, so that we win and we have like Starbucks, then okay. You know, because is it all stupid? Yeah, it is all stupid. Like if it all's just like John Lennon, why just make it all one thing? You know what I mean? And love, and there's no God, and it's just all everybody loves everybody, and everybody gets to go on everybody's border. Yeah,
right.
But
that's not a very practical point.
It just doesn't seem like that's going to happen.
No, I agree.
So if we're going to be stuck up assholes and everyone collects their little thing, and if you try to take it, they beat you up for it.
Right.
Then those guys should be in charge.
So if there's things about our society that we wish it could change, but we know that we can't, then we should just go full bore and embrace them.
No. See, that's where I feel like when you say I'm fascist, I think that I understand them. I don't.
Sure.
I don't agree with them.
Right.
But I understand it.
Yeah. No.
And I don't think there was a time where I understood it. I was just like, you are wrong.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh,
yeah.
maybe, because that's how. Think about it, like Native Americans. This is their land.
Yes.
And we took it.
More than anything else, they died of diseases that we didn't give to them on purpose. But
oh, really? We didn't kill them?
We killed the rest of them. But
right.
Yeah.
And then there's that one movie where they
there was
gave
no
the ladies diseases and took their money, the ones that own the rest of the land.
Uh-huh.
Who's the guy that makes some good movies? Oof. Little shriveled up filmmaker. Scorsese.
Yeah.
Is it Scorsese?
You're very close.
Scorsese.
Look,
I'll
Jake,
handle this,
little,
Jake.
Little shriveled up.
You don't understand the Jason Ellis Show. If you make a verbal mistake, you drag that and you bury that person for saying that incorrectly. Don't save me ever again.
I'm just more hung up on little shriveled filmmaker.
He is a little shriveled fruit. What is he, like 4 foot tall? I find that, like, that dude's not fun. What? He's not fun. I don't want that guy to go to battle for me.
Marty Scorsese?
Yes, I don't want Marty to go to battle for me.
No, I don't think he was ever the right guy.
That podcast that's mean to girls that have OnlyFans. Mm-hmm. I don't want any of them to go to battle for me. I would actually prefer most of the girls that are on there being ridiculed for being women to go to battle for me instead of those dudes that are saying women shouldn't be in battle.
So, so you don't want the guys who ridicule women to go to battle? Because
no, not just those guys.
But the guys on the pod who ridicule women,
because they're not manly men.
They're not the right men for the job.
Yeah, because that's the other thing. It's like if you want to get critical and say women shouldn't be on the front lines. Yeah. Well, I think a lot of men shouldn't be on the front lines. Right. And I think that because you've got a penis, they just allow you to be on the front line.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'll give you an example. I personally knew somebody who was a very cute, very tiny girl.
Yeah.
She was actually very fit. Like she was like a really, really good cheerleader. Like, and she like was a gym rat and shit like that. But she became a police officer in a shitty city in New Jersey. And I remember thinking that it was, I wondered how her male partner felt about going into a real heavy situation with this girl who was drinking her protein shakes and shit like that. But at the end of the day, she was like 4'11" and weighed like 100 pounds. Was she absolutely the best person to be on the front lines of police work, or was it just that people didn't want to tell girls that they couldn't do it? I don't know the answer.
Well, see, that when you bring that up, I'm glad you brought that up, because there are girls that I've seen on the internet trying to arrest people and stuff where I'm like, this is insane. Right. Like they shouldn't be there.
I tend to.
But I have also seen several hundred policemen that couldn't do the job either.
Yes.
So it's more like, I think it's doing the genital thing is a bit rough.
Right.
Are you usually correct when you say that girls are not as strong as men? Yeah. But is there women out there that are stronger than men? Yeah.
Right.
So it's more like the aptitude test?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, did I say that correctly?
Yeah, aptitude, right.
Yeah. Like if you are if you can do mad push-ups, you got mad kicks, somersaults, hand-eye, you're trained in combat, you know how to use guns, all good and stuff. You know, like where to hide and where you should be, where you shouldn't be, cover people's backs and stuff. And you got a vagina? So what?
Exactly.
But that's like when you get, that's the thing, you get mean about women doing all this stuff, and then you see a cop chasing a guy and the guy outruns a guy because the cop is a lard ass.
Yes.
I'm like, that guy shouldn't have the job.
Yeah.
Because if you can't chase a perp, that's the correct terminology, right? Perp?
Yes.
Yeah, if you chase a perp and you can't chase the perp and then you shoot him because you can't catch him, you shouldn't have the job either.
Doesn't matter what you have or don't have dangling between your legs. Right. So maybe there's a role to be played by homicidal maniacs in the military. Maybe there really is.
I think there is.
Maybe, I wonder on the front lines how often it actually comes down to guys having to duke it out. It seems like in modern warfare that it's usually people operating machines versus people operating machines, be they highly sophisticated weapons or tanks or people flying drones from some office park in DC. I would be inclined to do two things. To not.
Well, the front line means something different, though, doesn't it?
But I'm saying but on the front
line means actual soldiers on the ground.
Yes. Okay. So, but like front line, how often does it really come down? Like in Afghanistan, how often is it that the people who are coming in contact with the combatants would literally have to physically fight hand to hand with them? I don't know the answer to this question.
I mean, that does happen.
But to assume that that G.I. Joe is the best guy for that job, I don't know if we need 100% one type of person. There might be a bunch of sharpshooter ladies that you can put right up front there that are, well, here's the reason why women are really, really good at that. Or why very many women are good at that. First of all,
I mean, I met a couple of girls that are real good with guns.
Yeah, I would be.
BJ Baldwin's girlfriend,
right,
is like one of the fastest draws or something. I forgot, but yeah, she's good.
I would be inclined.
She could be there.
So here's my.
But if we get into a fisticuffs,
two general points.
I'm gonna beat her ass.
Two general points. I remember seeing this person I knew in her police uniform and going, oof, this is a pretty heavy neighborhood. I wonder if this is a good idea or not. My opinion does not matter almost at all. I would like to hear what her partner actually thinks, what the other cops on the force think. I am less concerned about what the most convincing person online thinks, pro or con.
Well, that's easy. Yes, I agree to that.
Right.
Well, it's more the general like I said, the aptitude.
Yeah.
I like that word today.
Right.
But if you're like, like Amanda Nunes, if she was a cop.
Right. She'd be a great cop.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if it gets to a scuffle.
Sure.
She's a black belt.
Right.
She's going to get those hands behind your back.
Yeah.
More than 90% of the police officers out there today.
Yeah. But I wonder how many times in their career.
That's one person.
I wonder how many times in their career the average cop has to get physical with people.
A lot.
Maybe.
You don't think a lot?
Not in my town.
Right. But your town is like under control or something.
Most towns are.
Oh, I see a lot of videos. There's a lot of police and scuffles.
For sure. There's 300 million people in this country. A lot of shit. Even in a really peaceful place, you could get a lot of scuffles. I'm not saying we live in a very peaceful place. I'm just saying I saw this, I saw that can be very, very, very misleading.
I just think they should train everybody more.
For sure. I agree with that.
Because I feel like, like if there's a lot of shootings in Chicago, there's a lot of shootings, allegedly, as far as I know.
I've heard that, yeah.
Yeah. So if there was a bunch of female, male, I don't care, but you were like BJ Baldwin's girlfriend,
yeah,
and you were like super good,
right?
And anytime there was anything that popped off, the bad guys,
right,
were just like snipered, and the word got out. It was like, dude, you start flashing a pistol,
right? The
popo annihilates you quick,
right? Well, but here's the thing, right? They say in the military,
but they don't.
An old general once said that when about the military, when all you have is a hammer, all you see are nails, something like that. That when you have a bunch of guns, you look at a situation, you're like, how can guns fix this? Surely you will concede there is some situation in Chicago where there's a touchy situation and a cop's got to go knock on the door. And the guy who has a black belt and absolutely could take that guy down and would love to take that guy, a little bit of a homicidal maniac, it's so much more likely to go there because that's the energy that guy brings to that. Sometimes a more level-headed person who is not a physical threat, stereotyping here, maybe a woman knocking on the door makes it so that we're not chasing and tackling people in the first place.
I disagree.
That happens sometimes.
Anything happens sometimes, but I think if you are more trained, I think that the person that's potentially shooting through doors and accidentally shooting innocent people that are in their beds and whatnot is somebody that is scared, panicking, and not calm and analyzing the situation, and is fired off his pistol because he's too scared to defend himself. I think a trained professional who is calm under pressure is like, if there is no threat, then this person lives. Not, I'm so trained that I kill anything that moves. That's my...
I just think...
I hope. Like a Tim Kennedy.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's people say he's not what he says he was. I don't know about that. I don't know. But I feel like if that guy was a cop, and they were like, open the door, you know what I mean? And they didn't, and he kicked the door open and there was a lady in the bed, he wouldn't shoot her.
Probably not.
Because he'd be calm. He'd be like, well, you're in your bed. I don't see a gun.
Right.
But if he did pull a gun, he would take you out.
Right.
I feel like if you're like one of those I want to say bigger, in unprofessional cops, it's not that healthy, not that trained. You're just like, I'm terrified right now. Who knows? I'm shooting.
Yeah. Sure.
It's an argument.
It is. I also think that we've all allowed ourselves to be seduced into thinking of things in really insanely simple terms, which is like Def Comedy Jam level, men be like this, women be like that.
Yeah.
And it's nonsense. And it's a lot of
agreed.
And I've heard from people who are certainly like, well, this city is like this city is like that. And it's like, well, yeah, sure, trend wise overall, but like we tend to think of people and cities and places and political parties and all that stuff. It's like, to me, it's like when I was a kid, we used to go to Epcot Center. It's part of Disney World.
Yeah.
And you could walk around and be like, I'm visiting France now. And now I'm visiting Italy. And like France was like, there was a guy with a little mustache doing mime shit, driving a bicycle with a baguette in the basket, peeing off the side of it. And it's like, that's France. And it's like, well, yeah, if you went to France, I could probably find a video of that guy.
Close to.
But in reality, people there are people. And whatever you think of French people, I could find a million people there who fly in the face of every stereotype.
People say they're arrogant, Michael.
So, and I've heard that about them. I've also met, when I was there.
People say that Australia is full of killer animals.
Right. So I think that I
could take you to places in Australia where there's not one animal that will kill you.
There's lots and lots of different kinds of men. There's lots and lots of different kinds of women.
Yeah.
And I think that anytime anybody starts talking about, well, we need fucking fill in the blank, 1 or 2, 3 or 3 syllables, that person is a clown who's appealing to other clowns.
So are you calling me?
No, I'm just saying, like, whatever you're seeing on the internet of, well, this guy's saying this thing, and I think it makes a lot of sense. Like, I don't know, what do the troops say about women on the front line? That's the only opinion that really matters to me. And I
don't know.
And I want their honest answer.
I don't know.
I don't want a situation where, like, if some guy calls and says, and people can call us now, can't they?
Yeah.
If some guy calls us and he says, well, they made us, fill out these questionnaires, but we all knew that, we had to put our name on them. We all knew that we might get in trouble if we didn't say what they wanted to hear. That's not what I want to know. I want somebody to say, because like I said, I personally have witnessed, I've never been on the front lines of a war, but I've been on the front lines of where police are doing their business in a pretty shady neighborhood of a pretty shitty city. And I'm totally open to the argument that maybe women have a role in those police departments, but not being the one kicking down the door with the SWAT team, with very rare exceptions.
Yeah. Let's talk about the fires.
Oh, sure. Here?
First, my boots.
Yes.
Segue into the fires.
Yeah.
Fires, people, keep texting me going, hey, man, you got to get out of there. And I was like, no, I'm not going to.
You've heard that?
Several people have called me and said to get out of here.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, no.
Uh-huh. How close are they to
Not
you?
close enough.
Uh-huh. How close are they?
I don't know, like a couple miles at one point, I guess.
Uh-huh.
But it wasn't like the actual flame. It was more like the thing where they tell you got to evacuate, because they were saying Encino had to evacuate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Encino, but apparently where I am, I don't have to. So it's a bit further away from some other part of Encino.
Okay.
Don't really know how it works. All I know is the only person I trust is my son. And my son said, Dad, are you okay? And I said, yeah. And he's like, I'm following the app. What's your address? And I sent it to him. And he's like, all right. And I was like, you tell me to leave, I'll leave.
Oh, sure.
Until then, I'm staying.
Right.
Because I'm not, I've got 5 dogs and 3 cats. I'm not going. Where am I going?
Right.
Yeah, we're in the car.
Yeah, that's
where we're going.
That was a moment that gave me pause for a second, because when, I don't know, maybe things are about to pop off again, supposedly. The winds were really, really crazy in the beginning. Obviously had a lot to do with it. We keep hearing that they're going to really ramp up again. Maybe they still will, but so far this past weekend they were supposed to ramp up again, and they didn't. But when it, I'm not saying it won't pop off again, but assuming the worst is behind us, hopefully, when it was popping off, we were reaching out to our friends to the northwest and to the north and to the northeast and saying, you've got a place to stay if you need somewhere to go. And some people took us up on that. We put some people up for a minute, and if it had continued going in getting worse and worse and worse, I was like, we're the safe place for everyone that we know to come to. Where the hell would I go? I don't have a great answer to that.
Yeah, I told my busing coach because he had to evacuate. I was like, you can stay at my house. He's like, I'm good. I'm at someone else's house. And then the fire started creeping up. And then he reached out to me and said, hey, man, if you need a place to stay, you can stay with us.
Right.
And I was like, wow. Yeah. That changed dramatically. Like all of a sudden my place is not safe.
Yeah.
And then people in San Diego, because they don't get it. You know what I mean, Michael? They're not LA people.
No.
You got to get out of there. And I'm like, you guys are such pussies. I'm fine. You know, I got it all figured out anyway. I got a floaty toy. I got a dog kennel and put all the animals in the dog kennel. And I got a gun. And I'm just going to sit in the pool, splash some water on us.
That's the...
Yeah, if I catch on fire, I'll shoot myself and the dogs and the cats. And that's... I don't want them to burn.
So, because I agree that you don't need to evacuate, but at a certain point, my opinion would change. I'm pretty fluid on that, depending on which way the wind goes.
Yeah, I see your angle.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm more into the blame on social media, where I'm like, look, I don't feel like Gavin Newsom looks like a cool guy, but I also don't feel like any politician looks like a cool person to me, except Bernie Sanders. That's the only one. And he doesn't look cool.
That guy just talks. That guy's the fucking Fonzie of politics.
A little bit, but wow. She jumped the shark. But I just don't like how everybody has to fight when we're all on fire.
Dude, I got
like we should just be like.
I don't think I've ever told.
I think it's a really bad look for anybody in the limelight to say this is this person's fault or that person's fault.
Yeah.
When we're still on fire, like. Let's get everybody okay.
But nobody's interested in that. Everybody likes this game of football. I heard from somebody.
I just wanted to say real quick. It just goes to show you that these people are up to no good when they are trying to convince the general public in other states that one person's worse than another person when we are still on fire. Like people have no homes, dogs and people have died, and you're putting the blame on somebody, or it's like, what about if we all put our heads together and save each other? We're all a part of the human race. It's so despicable, and it just shows how pathetic of a person you are when you're accusing other people of doing something right or wrong, when it's just all hands on deck. Save each other, save ourselves. You know, I see things where people are charging lots of rent and Airbnbs. Shame on you.
Yeah.
You know, but I also was like I said the other day, you know, my boxing coach at Trinity, those guys are giving stuff to the fire department. You know, there's a lot of people out there like you letting people stay at your house. I went to the fire department yesterday and gave them some liquid death and some Black Rifle energy drink. Like, people are doing things to help people, and they don't report that.
Of course.
You know, but that's what we all should be doing. Like, when it's all said and done, we're all back and the fire's out, then sure, go ahead, tell us how bad somebody is. But right now, let's get let's get it put out, you know?
Dude, it's so...
Water, somebody's got the water, somebody didn't turn the water on. Can we turn it on now?
Right. No, I heard from somebody who has their profile photo on Instagram is the CKY logo. So I just kind of know like how you know me and where we crossed paths,
and they love Bam. It's been a while. Wow.
It's been a while, right? But this person, I don't know this person. We've never communicated. I don't know how long they've been following me. They chose this occasion to DM me and say, how do you feel now about the incompetent left and the libtards?
Oh.
Like, I'll speak to the camera. How do you feel to be a fucking asshole? Like, what the fuck? And it's, you know, I'll go, it's because it's not you. You're just a moron. It's so many people, seemingly the majority. Again, it's numbers. I want to believe in the same way that you go, I don't know. It seems like people are just getting their ass kicked and criminals are running wild left and right. I want to believe that the human mind can't distinguish between if there's 30,000 of those or 30 million of those. At a certain point, we go, I don't know. It's a lot. It seems like they have numbers. I still want to believe that these people don't have numbers, but everybody has, I mean, millions and millions, tens of millions, seemingly hundreds of millions of people have allowed themselves to be so radicalized by this stupid piece of shit device that whether they got radicalized left or right or fucking conspiracy weird doesn't really make that much of a difference to me. It's made you lose your essential humanity and to make you forget how fucking insanely rude and stupid it is to reach out to a stranger at a time like this who you know because you heard him talk on the radio 20 years ago to throw around terms like libtard. Fucking think about what you're doing. You should be ashamed of yourself.
They're not. That's all that is.
But it's not that. But it's not that person. It's tens of millions of people who have all now think you're weird if you don't want to play that game.
Oh, yeah?
It's so fucking...
But you're weird if you don't want to play that game.
If you don't want to play the Republicans this, the Trump this, the Trump that.
That tells me that you don't have much of a life. And I'm not trying to be insulting. I just,
I think there's a lot
I'm
of
busy
people.
doing a lot of stuff. And
right.
To have an in-depth argument. First of all, at least I have the awareness to know that I don't know what's going on, really. You know, like somebody could be lying. They could all be lying. They could all be telling the truth. I'm pretty sure it's on the first one, but I don't. I'm like, you know, how are my kids doing today?
Right.
You know, that's
also like the misinformation.
Jakey chiming in.
Howdy. Also the misinformation.
Tiny toes on the mic.
You didn't need to say that. The misinformation though on the fires is crazy on social media. People are posting like AI videos of the Hollywood sign burning down.
Wait, that's not a thing that people believe is real, is
No,
it?
yeah. People like in the comments like, oh my God.
I never even thought, like, and I'm old. It's clearly fake.
Yeah.
No, I had people like text me being like, oh my God, the Hollywood sign burned. And I was like, no. Like, where are you getting that information from?
Yeah. When you want to believe something, it's amazing what you will allow yourself to believe. I don't know. I'm sure that a lot of mistakes were made in New Orleans.
When's Sean Penn coming to save us?
I know.
Doesn't he have a boat that he could like roll up
Can he
with?
roll through the Venice canals or something?
That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. Do you know what's crazy though is I don't know. I never thought about this shit for a second more than the average person. The potential of this sort of thing happening here, I don't think. But I was, my family's been enjoying the town of Ojai, north of here for some time, to the extent where you start to fancifully think, hey, I wonder if I could buy a house here. I wonder if I could get a second home. I wonder if I could retire here. And I'm like, boy, they had a fire here at a certain point. I know. Is that like a wise investment? Is this a good idea? Because, you don't, not renting, like own this thing. You're the guy holding the bag if it's unlivable, or even more to the point, you're the person who dies if this whole town burns down. And I actually had a call with like a homeowner's insurance expert guy. And I'm like, just thinking about it. Don't have the money, but just before we get too far dreaming here, what's the deal? And he's like, well, there's, what block are you like? Small town, this. He's like, and it's in between two big mountains that are covered with grass, which is dead a lot many months out of the year. And he's like, well, if you're like right up against the trees, yeah, your homeowner's insurance would be a little bit higher. And I'm like, what if I'm like 4 or 5 blocks? He's like, yeah, no, it would be the same as like what you have living in the middle of LA right now. I'm like, but they had a fire there a couple of years ago. And he's just like, yeah, it didn't really affect it. And I'm like, well, if I was thinking about buying a house, I'd have to have it for 5, 10, 20, 30 years. What do you guys think insurance wise? This is a Southern California homeowner's insurance guy. He's like, we don't look more than 2 or 3 years in the future. We can't. We have no idea how to. So, I literally asked a homeowner's guy about buying a place in a way higher risk than I would have said LA was for fire 3 years ago. And he's like, no, it's fine. Go ahead. So that's where the fucking, because I think it's always just like a lot of people say a lot of things, follow the money. You know what I mean? Like, what are the people whose money is riding on this? What did they say? The insurance guy was like, yeah, it's fine. Go for it. That's how fucking dumb everybody was until it happened.
Can't they just like say they're not going to cover it anyway?
I guess in theory, but there are people
like that.
Well, okay, but like there's plenty of people in New Orleans who their insurance, I'm sure there's plenty of people who got their claims denied, but there's plenty of people who got their claims honored. Of course, yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. That's how I'm just trying to say that it's even, I kind of pat myself on the back for at least being a little bit like asking those sorts of questions. And when I asked the people who I thought would know, they're like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. That's where we were coming from.
Yeah.
Hindsight's 2020.
Motorhome would be good. 'Cause then you can just drive off from it.
Right. I'd rather live on a houseboat.
Fire won't get you there.
You'd have to be pretty dumb.
I mean, has anyone ever died of a fire on a houseboat?
Of course, for sure.
But that was because the houseboat caught on fire, not because the world was on fire.
Yes.
Like it was an electrical thing or something.
Yes.
Right. So that doesn't count.
Mm.
It's like if the fire from the land jumped onto your boat.
You'd have
That's
to
never happened, right?
Well, I'm sure that there have been people who had their houseboats docked by a dock fire.
That's because you're next to it.
Yeah.
That's different.
Right. No, there's no way to catch on fire in the middle of the ocean, to the best of my knowledge. Maybe a lightning strike.
Trying to get to the bottom.
Maybe a lightning strike.
Because that might be an option. You know?
I think it'd be great.
Can you get Wi-Fi on it?
Yeah, I'm sure you can. They got nice ones up in when we were in Vancouver with the show not so long ago. I walked through a neighborhood where there was like a ton of them, and I was like kind of like spying in, and I saw in some instances it seemed like pretty normal families. Like it wasn't crusty old sea captains, and it wasn't super rich people. It was just like, yep, we're the quirky family that lives on the boat. The boy goes to school in town.
Right.
Hell yeah.
It might be a good idea.
I think that's a great idea.
But I'm a cowboy, so I need to be near the horse.
I see. Yeah, I think you ought to, and I'm not joking, you it sounds insulting. I think you ought to live in a van.
I'm not insulted by it.
I think it's
It's getting there.
It's a great way to live.
Yeah. I could just live off YouTube tips for the live show.
Yeah.
That's enough to
support van life?
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, you're a little bit past the peak of this, but just the whole van.
Oh, I'm past the peak of everything, apparently.
Yeah, I know. But the van life thing on Instagram, if you go around having exciting adventures and you gram about it.
Well, here's the other thing I found out the other day.
Yeah.
Because of my amount of followers on Instagram, there's hotels that would let me stay there for free.
Sure.
So if I have credit card miles, because I got credit card debt, but I got credit card miles.
That is the silver lining of credit card debt. Yeah.
Right. So I can get flights to these destinations and stay there for free.
Yeah.
And then I could just bring like meat and dry fruit, so I don't have to buy any food there.
Yeah. And if you squat long enough, you probably become the legal owner.
I didn't think of that, but I was thinking about more seeing the sights of the world, going to extravagant hotels every now and then going back to my
eating dried fruit,
my house car, and then obviously going to driving my house car to the barn to hang out with my horse. I had a big talk with my horse the other day and discovered that I enjoy talking to my horse more than anybody else I know.
I absolutely believe you.
And I think it's because I'm an asshole.
Okay.
Do you want to know why?
Yeah, I do.
Because they're really good listeners and they never interrupt me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just
you don't like when people do that?
I just want to hear myself. Super fair. Yeah. So maybe it was like I was really enjoying his company, and then I was like, oh man, I think I'm a dick. Because I just want to.
You just want to.
Look, there's some people out there that I would love to hear talk back, but they don't want to talk to me.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like if
I'm not antisocial. I just don't want to talk to any of the people who will talk to me. Right.
Like I feel like if I went on a walk in the woods with Bill Burr,
it'd be great.
It would be great.
I had a elevator conversation with him one time. 10 out of 10.
Right?
Yeah.
Like Whitney Cummings is a friend of mine.
Sure.
Whenever she talks, I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, this is almost as fun as when I talk.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a dick because I really want to get to the point where I talk again.
It's hard to get past that.
Such a douche.
It's one thing to not just dominate the conversation, and then the next step is not just simply waiting for your turn.
I mean, dude, if you talk about stuff where I go, no way, right. Well, then, keep talking. But usually I'm just like,
I know.
What are we talking about?
Look.
Why is nobody calling the Jason Ellis Show, but they called me 100,000 times last night?
Hey, did somebody give the show $19.99?
Yeah, people are donating.
I made $47 last night.
Big money.
You're at 46 right now.
Really? That'll cover
if I do this every night,
a lot of floaties and bullets.
I got enough bullets. I got the floaties and the bullets. I'm ready to die.
I gather that. Look, when it comes to boring conversation, how many people that you talk to have ever gotten paid to talk for a living? I mean, you've kind of got a point that you're more interesting than them.
I like you, dude. These are
just facts.
Yeah, I'm not right. It's not a mean thing to say. It's a factual thing to say.
Right. Why don't you leave this conversation to the professional?
Right.
Pipe down, Junior. Let me weave some magic.
Are we being dicks or are we being factual?
I think both.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Right.
Like Gene Simmons.
You could be a dick and be right.
You usually are. That's kind of what the dick thing is.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like, I got a job in skateboarding talking because everybody else in skateboarding sucks.
Hey, man.
I'm not great. I'm just capable. And you're ass tired.
Conversation is the same as everything else. We can't just do everybody gets a ribbon. Leave it to the people who are equipped to do this.
It's like,
you're
Hulk
good
versus Wolf.
Like you're good at shutting the fuck up and sitting there.
Yeah, good job, Jakey. It's like Hulk versus Wolf would have kept going if it was Wolf versus Wolf.
Right.
Yeah, but every now and then you got to let the Birdman talk, and it's like, oh God, yeah, okay, great. 900, great.
So this
a joke.
This
for the record,
this TikTok ban thing.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna happen.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Oh, January 19th.
Nah.
Yeah.
When is Comb Over inaugurated?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Probably right around then.
He'll reverse it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, so
if they don't reverse it,
yeah,
I'm 53. I give a shit.
Right. 20th.
Dude,
wow.
I said TikTok Shop is the most offensive thing. It's Temu, but it's worse.
I wrote a documentary about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, the Temu or about TikTok Shop?
TikTok Shop.
It's the biggest scam ever.
It sucks.
If anything is on TikTok Shop, it means it doesn't work.
They do have...
Yeah. Every now and then you can get a t-shirt, because what is a t-shirt that sponsored us? True something? True.
Not True Classic.
Might be that, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Those t-shirts are good.
Uh-huh.
We got some for free, and I was like, I still wore them. I was like, these are good t-shirts.
Yeah.
You can get them on TikTok Shop.
I
got a pair of shoes for $20.
Yeah.
The biggest bunions ever. White ones with dirt on them already.
Yeah.
Brand new dirty shoes.
TikTok Shop is like if Amazon, instead of you go through the stuff and go, oh, I need some sneakers. Oh, there's the Nike ones, but these ones are really cheap. Maybe they're good. Instead, it's just like, yo, you guys got to get these things. And it's like, sometimes it is okay.
Yeah.
But you're just relying on the word of some dude who's getting paid to sell you that shit.
Dude, they're pumping Alpha Brain on it right now.
Oh, for real?
And it's just
and of course that's going to hammer you with that.
Yeah.
You're the target demo.
Right.
Right.
I did it.
Right.
But there's like commercials where it's like, hey man, I feel pretty sluggish today, but then I decided to try Joe Rogan's Alpha Brain. And I'm like, okay, dude, I took it for like 10 years. No, it doesn't do that.
Right.
It doesn't do anything like that.
No.
If anything, it doesn't do anything.
If it does anything, it's subtle. If somebody had invented a pill that made you smarter, more attractive, and more focused with no side effects, and that was affordable over the counter, everybody would know about it in a fucking year.
That's what I was saying last night. Like people that want to take this thing where it's like hydrogen water, and it's like just like if you drank last night and you're bragging about hydrogen water, you're a moron.
Yep.
If you're like, I took Alpha Brain, but you had fast food yesterday, you're a moron. Sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just if you eat really clean and you don't eat any processed food and you get 8 hours of sleep, fuck your pill. Like I'm on testosterone replacement. I've been on testosterone replacement for 10 years. My body changed when I changed my diet. People are like, oh, you're on steroids. I'm like, sure. Testosterone is a steroid of sorts. I've been on it for 10 years. Look at a photo of me from fucking 2 years ago. Look at a photo of me from 8 years ago. And then look at a photo of me now. What happened? I just started eating animal-based. That's all it is. And if I started cheating, I started getting lazy, going on the road. I was like, hey, every now and then you get a muffin at the airport. Meow. Start to go down again. Start back up again. Burp. And I'm like, dude, it is your diet. Like, and we're all doing this quick fix thing. Like if I take a pill or if I take a thing, this is going to get me energized.
Ozempic, right.
It just, Ozempic seems like it works. I don't know. I don't need to take it, but I see some fat people that look pretty skinny. But also, you could eat a strict diet and your body would completely transform.
Yeah.
But I think the way we are, I can say it, I have been too my whole life. It's not happening overnight. This thing doesn't work. Fuck it. But if it's like, it's the same as like, I'm not very good at comedy. Have you done it for 10 years every day?
Yeah.
Because you'll find things will change. Is it overnight? Does it shoot up after the first 2 years? It's got nothing to do with that. You just keep going. You know, like if you eat and you don't cheat and you make sure you get sleep and you make sure you rest and you make sure you work out, your body will change. If you read a book all the time, you'll be a better reader. Like, duh. It's just all weak as piss. Quit shit. Man, I'm going to be. And then secretly, it's too hard. I'm going to make a fake one on Instagram. Like, do it. Do it off camera. Every day, be committed, and then you will be a legend.
I'll go one further with just in my own experience, my wife was touting the benefits of intermittent fasting for forever, and I didn't want to do it because I thought I was going to be hungry. Basically, it's like the easiest fucking thing in the world, and I have talked to multiple people. Like the first day or two, you're like, whoa, this is weird. Do I feel weak? I haven't eaten in 17 hours. We got a call?
Yeah, finally.
Talking to you live.
You're live on the Jason Ellis Show.
No way.
Yeah, total. Who's this?
I don't believe it.
Well, you better. Who's this lady?
This is Jenny.
Jenny from the block?
Yeah, totally.
How's your ass? Wait, that was inappropriate. Sorry.
I'm pulling some moves over here, yeah.
Jenny sounds more Spanish. From the block.
Wait, is this really real?
This is really real.
Oh my God, it actually is.
It's me.
How could this be fake?
Oh my God, I can't believe it. It's so weird.
It'd be weird if you called the Jason Ellis Show and just so happened to call another number and a guy pretended to be Jason
Yeah,
Ellis.
and I was talking to somebody that sounded just like you. Be like your doppelganger or something.
What's going on, Jenny?
I don't know. Just like kind of surprised you answer the phone.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I'm
Are
on
you hitting
Cape
on
Cod.
me?
No.
Oh.
No, I have a boyfriend that I love. You
Right.
know.
Well, good for you.
It's weird how for girls that's a deal breaker.
Right? Yeah.
No, I live on Cape Cod. It's freezing cold here.
Cape Cod.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
New England.
It's in Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah. It seems cold.
Yeah, it's cold. It's on the other side of the country there.
Jenny, do you smoke?
Yes, I do.
Wow. That was harsh, Michael.
What's your brand?
American Spirits.
Ooh,
Celadon.
no filter.
Celadon. Nobody knows what Celadon is. It's a color.
What? Celadon is color?
Celadon?
Yeah, it's a color.
What do you mean?
Blue?
It's a color.
Well-
Celadon is a color. It's like a sagey green color.
All right. And how is that working out for you?
It's all right.
So I think
You know.
I think that's cooler than vaping.
Yeah, I was thinking about vaping, but I'm not really sure.
I'm sure
know.
that you should not do it and you should stick to what you're doing.
I think that the
Yeah.
more like old school a way of smoking tobacco, the cooler that it is. So smoking cigarettes is better than vaping, but you would
rolling
be
your
cooler.
own smokes is cooler.
Right. But then best of all, if you started smoking a pipe.
Nobody
Like
thinks
Popeye.
it's cool anymore.
A
You get the
lady?
evil eyeball.
A lady smoking a pipe
On
is
Cape-
so hot.
on Cape Cod?
On Cape Cod.
Move out to
with
a
like a
lighthouse?
fisherman's jacket. Ahoy, me matey. Let me see your cock.
Yeah.
That's hot.
You could open like a fish stick truck.
I've smoked
Oh
a pipe.
man, I'm getting
I've
hard
smoked a
right
pipe
now.
before.
A lady
You know,
with a
I've-
fish stick truck smoking a pipe, man. Whatever you want, Jenny. Whatever you could have whatever you wanted. I would do whatever you wanted.
Hey, listen, everybody has a vice, right?
Yeah.
You know, I keep it to myself. I don't blow it in babies' faces or anything like
That's
that.
big
Big
of
of
you,
you.
Jenny.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Ahoy,
really-
little baby. Oh man, that's pretty
wow. Yeah.
cool. What do you do for a living?
I'm an artist. I own a gallery here, so I do.
Wow.
Yeah,
What
I
kind
do
of what kind of art do you do? If it makes
glass fusion.
glass
so it's a
fusion.
lot-
I've been to that
Yeah,
restaurant.
It's different than glass blowing.
Mm.
You know,
So what is glass
like,
fusion? You make like sculptures, or what is that?
We mostly do dishware and vases, stuff
Dishware?
like that. Yeah, we make flower plates, and more than that, you know, we have really cool other stuff too, you know, that we do. But it's basically you use kilns to heat up the glass.
Ooh, what's the coolest piece of art that you've made?
Personally, I really like doing. I do this whole line of what I call vegicidal tendencies.
Nice.
So it's like vegetables that are angry. I like 15 years ago, I started making these paintings, and like I did like you know, Vlad the Impaler, but it's all vegetables. Ooh, or
nice.
You know,
yeah,
just it's like cartoony. It's kind of fun.
Yeah,
you know.
What, do you have an Instagram or anything?
Not really. I have a website.
What's that?
Sidenstriker.com.
Say that again, but slower.
Sidenstriker.com.
If anybody wants to check out her suicidal vegetables, hit her up.
I think they're vegicidal.
Vegicidal, sorry. My bad. Thanks for calling the show, Jenny.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for answering. It's been really wild. I've listened to you for a long time, so it was really cool.
Do you still listen?
Yeah, here and there. Not as much as like back in the day, you know. But, you know.
You know.
Yeah, I do, unfortunately. Well, it is what it is, you know.
Nice to have you drop by for old time's sake.
Thanks for stopping by.
You guys are really cool. Thanks a lot.
Bye, Jenny.
Bye.
Yeah, she's. I don't know. I don't think I could ever date a girl that smokes cigarettes, and now I could.
Comes and goes. I understand.
It's never come ever.
This is the first time.
Yeah. I mean, have I had sex with a girl that smokes cigarettes?
Of course.
Yeah, but
right.
I was coked out.
I've had sex with a lot of things.
Oh man. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, all of a sudden now I'd be like, yeah. Like vaping, I don't care. But it's like less offensive, but more offensive in another way.
It's less physically off-putting, but it makes me think less of you as a person.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, just get a ciggy, you know? If
yeah.
you roll your own ciggies, I'll lick your butt.
I still kind of like the smell of like it reminds me of like when I was a kid being around like more exciting grown-up fun. A lady, there's a certain kind of combination of perfume and cigarette smell that to me is like I say, it's like grown-up fun. But actually sticking my tongue in that is a totally different story.
Right.
But if Jenny there wants to smoke a pipe while I perform cunnilingus, I'm all about it.
Hell yeah, cunnilingus. Well said, man. That's what's up.
Yeah. So
if you can smoke a cigarette out of your butt, I'm in.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I want to get up in that.
You ever see a girl in Thailand smoke out of her beef?
No.
Yeah, I have.
In person?
Allegedly?
Uh-huh. I don't see why you would need to lie about that.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Would you say that it made you more, less, or the same level of attracted to her?
Man, that's a tough one.
Right. I will say
she wasn't hot.
I love a girl who can blow smoke rings out of her vagina.
Yeah.
I can't say it totally makes me respect her.
Right. Well, no, I respected her more for it.
In a way.
Oh yeah, no, in a way, yeah.
I respect.
I lose a little bit.
Respect the ability.
In another, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like watching a woman siphon
Data?
like a woman siphon gas. I respect your
that's
know-how.
hot.
It doesn't necessarily make me think that you're the mother of my children.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wonder what circumstances.
If my kid's mom did
you.
that, I'd be like, man, I blew it. I should not have left her.
you pull up to the house and she's like, oh, Jay. Yeah, it's just.
I'd be like, I'm not leaving.
I was a little low, and the neighbor said they had plenty of gas.
I tapped somebody's tank.
So I just did the old siphon.
Need to go pick up the kids.
Yeah. Real quick on the TikTok thing, what people forget, because again, people would rather talk about exciting nonsense than boring reality, is it's not getting banned like full stop. It would be banned if they didn't sell it. So I'd have to think.
So they're going to sell it.
So I would have to think that if push came to shove, they would sell it. Yeah.
Yeah, because
so it's not going anywhere.
It's a gold mine.
Of course.
And then there's all these people that have all this money.
Right.
And why wouldn't you just buy it like extra stuff to make money from?
Yes.
When you already have you're like, oh, it didn't work out. I don't care. I have $100 billion.
Right.
Do you know that so many people have enough money that they could give everybody in this country $1 million each?
That much?
Could you imagine
That's
if everybody here got $1 million?
Well, I'm no economist, but like if everybody got $1 million, then nobody gets $1 million because all of a sudden everybody has the same amount of money to spend, and then all the shit gets like.
What do you mean?
If 10,000 people go down to the Mercedes dealership tomorrow and they're like, I want to buy that car, and they go, well, I don't have that many.
Back order, then Mercedes be making more Mercedes.
In the short term, a lot of people would be willing to go, oh, I'll pay this much. I'll pay this much. And the price,
well, you can't go that high. You've only got $1 million.
It's supply and demand, you know.
Right, but if you get $1 million, you shouldn't buy a Mercedes Benz.
Some people do really dumb things, you know.
Right. Well, then that's,
right.
you know, I mean, then they're back in in the tent
right.
in a couple of months.
It's why, what is it like, you know, whatever percentage people who win the lottery end up broke X amount of years later.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to handle money, it doesn't matter how much money you get. You don't know how to handle money.
That's me.
If I ever get my hands on a little bit of money, I'll...
Jason, are you going to do your bit? Or
oh, yeah.
We're at the hour mark, so.
All right.
Okay. So, hold on. We're going to... Are you just... But for the podcast people, should we tell them that...
I think it should be a surprise. Right?
Okay. But like what's happening right now is not going to end up on the finished pod, is it?
I mean, it can be.
Why on earth would we leave this bit in where I'm stalling and filibustering?
Oh, this specific part. No, we can cut that out for sure.
So that's what I was saying before Jason left. We ought to have done something like,
yeah.
And if you think this was exciting, wait until you see the big.
We could look at some news stuff.
Who will be joining us
for a second
next? Yeah, we can do that. But once again, I'm going to go back to the original question, which is this still the show, or am I just the halftime entertainment for the chuckleheads on YouTube? I'm fine.
What if we just sort of see how it goes, you know, and then decide?
So I was taking a look into, in the I believe unlikely event that that TikTok is going to be banned. Mm-hmm. It would be massive. It's like it's actually not the biggest social media, but it sure seems like the biggest time suck diversion for people nowadays. There's like way more people. You know, it would have been hard. How old are you, Jake?
I'm 25.
It would have been hard to imagine when I was your age that there would ever be something that would demand more eyeballs than like all of the TV networks put together.
Yeah. But
that's like where TikTok is nowadays. So I was wondering, it's almost unfathomable that something like that could go away. And yet if that's what the Supreme Court rules, then that is maybe what's going to happen. So I was wondering who's going to benefit in that case. And Facebook is actually still bigger than TikTok. And I'm sure some people, if it went, you know, like we've all had that experience where you have some site that you really like going to.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a site that you really like going to? It like Tumblr was a thing, and then Tumblr basically.
Yeah. Well, I don't even use TikTok myself.
Okay.
I deleted it a while ago.
Why did you do that?
Well, it just took too much of my time.
Did you feel like you needed to save yourself from TikTok?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And then like, I don't know about those Chinese conspiracies about the Chinese government spying on you, like collecting data through TikTok.
What would be your personal concern about?
Well, I don't really have anything, so I'm not doing it. Like I'm not committing any illegal activities. So I personally wasn't worried.
Yeah.
But it was more just like the time consuming aspect of it. I was like, I gotta get off of this. And then what happened was I just go on Instagram Reels now. I just, you know.
Which is, it's designed to be
it's the same
essentially
thing.
the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Enough about you, Jake. We've got a massive celebrity guest here.
Yes.
Here, 1 second.
Jake, do you want to guess what famous lady?
Guess who?
Vince Neil?
Who's Vince Neil?
That's what I would expect you to say.
I'm not aware of.
Olympic legend. Do you think Caitlyn Jenner...
Excuse me, but I was never in the Olympics.
Yeah, you were.
I'm not him.
Sure you are.
I'm her.
Wait, I'm confused. Hello and welcome back to the show, Caitlyn Jenner.
Yes, thank you. Yes,
You were not in the Olympics.
Formerly, I would not. I don't like.
Were you born as a late middle-aged woman?
Yes, I'm 75. No, I'm 87.
I don't know. Like we can.
I
Look
think
that
I'm
up.
92.
We can probably get to the bottom of that.
I was thinking about racing cars.
Okay.
Yes, I'm an excellent car driver.
Oh,
After
yes, I
my
heard that.
accident,
Right.
I decided to train.
You are 75 years old.
Yes. I'm very attractive for 75.
Pretty hot, yeah.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah.
Huge
I've done worse.
clit.
Oh, wow.
Very big, massive.
Some people are into that.
Yes.
Power clit.
I'm a murderer.
Are you?
Yes.
Vehicular.
Yes.
Or is there something else I don't know?
I didn't mean it. Oh, there might be a few others that I don't know about.
Right.
OJ was a good friend of mine.
Who knows what you were up to before you were born 8 years ago?
That's true.
Right. Anything is possible.
I'm basically a newborn.
Yep.
Yes, my ex-wife is...
Back when the Bruce was loose.
I don't know who that is. But I believe that I should be in the men's bathroom.
I'm not going to stop you.
Good.
Yeah. Wait, you believe that you should be in a men's bathroom?
I'm against trans.
You can use... Oh, okay.
Yes.
Right.
Women
What?
should not play sports.
Really?
Yes.
That's... Can you bring up a picture of Bruce Valanche? Wow, yeah, you're dropping bombs, throwing haymakers.
Yes.
Non-Olympic legend Caitlyn Jenner.
Thank you.
Non-convicted murderer Caitlyn Jenner coming and throwing haymakers.
I
Women,
dodged that bullet.
You should women be in the kitchen?
Yes.
Doing what?
Fixing my husband dinner.
Should you be?
This is actually who you look like.
I'm in the kitchen
You're in the kitchen.
where I belong.
Okay.
Yes.
You like it there?
I do.
Uh-huh.
I like
you can
to put a yes.
Uh-huh.
I like makeup.
Beef bowls aside, what can you cook?
Strudel.
What is? I've always wondered, Caitlyn Jenner, what is strudel?
It's a delightful pastry.
Okay. Tell me more.
There's jam in it.
Is there?
And
All
you
right.
can put some. Oh, I make them in the toaster.
Uh-huh. Toaster strudels.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I've
The
only
regular Betty
started
Crocker over here. Susie Homemaker.
Look, my background does not.
You don't
I
have a
didn't do
background.
I didn't touche. I don't have a lot of cooking.
You just snapped to life as a late middle-aged lady on the PCH, and look what happened.
Yes, well, I was trying to do my makeup, and it's not easy because I'm new to it.
Sure.
And yes, I accidentally hit those people.
Right.
But they were also in my way.
Right. Which, right.
Watch out. Here comes
Big
Jenner.
which is as known to your friends, I'm sure.
That's what the ladies call me.
Is that what your friends?
Yes.
The
I
girls,
play
the
golf.
ladies. Uh-huh. Okay.
And I tee off
Mm-hmm.
on the girls'
T.
tee.
That's what they call
Do you know why?
Because you're a lady?
Thank you.
All right.
Yes. Big fan of, do you know the fires are happening?
The Los Angeles.
Yes. My children did not burn.
I'm glad to hear that.
I'm not.
Neither do. Oh,
Little shits, they are. My stepchildren,
mhm.
I like them.
Okay, what's the difference?
Well, they gave me this,
Uh-huh.
and they taught me to be this,
Mm-hmm.
and made me incredibly attractive for a
Like-
75-year-old woman.
Like this.
That's true. Stop trying to sound like me. That's not what I sound.
I see you are considering another run to become California's governor.
It's never been a better time.
Yeah, I mean, the field is wide open at this point.
Gavin Newsom should spend less money on his hair gel.
I tend to agree with
Yes.
that.
Mel Gibson, a lot of facts.
Yeah. Is that what he said?
I like that guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
He speaks from his soul.
I've always said I would prefer to not vote for a man who physically resembles American Psycho.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of like hardcore political positions, but that's always been one for me.
I like it because he knows how to treat a woman.
Oh, really? Is he get a little handsy?
If they don't listen, that's kind of the way it goes.
Gavin Newsom is a little slap happy?
No, Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. Oh, yeah. Right.
Gavin Newsom
Mm-hmm.
is a pushy.
Girly man.
Yes, girly man.
Uh-huh.
He's a girl.
I see.
I've got a bigger pussy than him.
Which makes
Bigger
you
penis.
the alpha. I'm trying to figure out the pecking order.
He should pee in the girl's bathroom.
But you should pee
wherever I want to.
In the man's bathroom.
But all other trans people should go back where they came from.
Oh my goodness, which is
China.
Of course. Wow.
Right.
Yeah. Are you happy now, China? Mission
Yes.
accomplished.
Yes.
Somewhere, Chinese, whoever the guy is in charge of China laughs. He sent all of his.
I'm thinking about fighting Jake Paul.
Okay, it only makes sense.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what I have under my sleeve.
No, I'm not sure you do.
Yes. Sigourney Weaver is somebody I would like to fight too.
I think that's a great. It's the matchup that everybody wants to see.
But after I defeat her,
Who's going to make that fight?
Jake Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I see you. You're a little old for Sarah Jessica Parker.
I could fight Mike Tyson.
That is a perfect next fight for
We're about the same age.
Iron Mike. You're a little bit older.
His ass is flatter than mine.
His ass was pretty shocking.
Yes. He needs more steroids.
At least in the ass area.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Squats.
Did you ever do any roids?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Naturally.
Yes, that's why I'm still so attractive for my age.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
A lot of Deca.
Deca.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
wow.
Dica.
That's anabolic
That's
steroids.
what I'm getting these days.
Wow.
A lot of Dica.
Plenty of
A lot of hot Dica.
hot Dicka right in that big old cup of
Yes.
yours.
I'm a woman, but I like women.
Okay.
Yes.
You're a lesbian.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
That's something I can get behind.
Yeah.
How's the lesbian scene?
The ladies love the Jenner.
Uh-huh. Of course.
Yes.
Right.
Because I know what a woman wants.
Because you're
It's what I want.
right.
I'm a woman.
Yeah.
Have you seen me drive?
You think you know what women want more than the average lesbian?
Oh, yes.
Interesting.
A lot of lesbians are basically men who should go to the woman's bathroom because that's where they're anatomically supposed to be.
I think most lesbians do go to the women's
I've had a full vagina up. This is breaking.
vagina up.
I have a vagina.
You have a full vagina.
I'm a lady.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I guess I thought you already did.
No.
Uh-huh.
No, I still have a penis.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But you just said you have a vagina.
Or just, no, you didn't know, but for the Jason Ellis Show.
This is
Breaking news.
world exclusive.
It's in a world exclusive.
You have a vagina.
Yes.
That's exciting news.
It is for my lesbian lover.
I'm sure it was big news in Brentwood.
Brentwood is burning.
Is it?
Well, it's going to.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that may be.
But I have a key to the underground tunnels.
Oh, right. And they got
where
that
I get Starbucks for free.
down there. Yeah.
Yes,
Great.
yes.
Right.
They know me by name.
Yeah. Most people.
Big
do.
Jenner.
Oh, right. That's what they write on your cup.
Yes.
Got a pumpkin spice latte for Big Jenner.
It's true.
That's what they say in the underground tunnels. Wow.
Yes.
Well, I have to say, having never met you in person, I was a little skeptical when I first saw photos and video of you after you transitioned, but now that I actually see you up close and personal,
Even more attractive in person.
just fucking hot.
A lot of guys say
What
that.
I would say, yeah.
But I'm not gay, guys, so back off.
Wait,
but the ladies,
But you aren't. So if you're not gay, then I've got a chance. I'm chubbing up just in case.
it's fair. You wouldn't be the first man to chub up around Big Jen. Big
That's
Jen
what they
cakes.
say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big Mama Jen cakes. That's what they call me.
Well, I look forward to supporting your governorship.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I think when I become governor, I'm going to have California sponsored by Dasani.
Dasani,
Yes, and then we'll have lots of water.
the filtered water, right?
Yes.
We didn't have enough water, but
Gavin Newsom
right.
spent more money on hair gel. I will spend more money on Dasani because I'm part owner of McDonald's.
Are you?
Yes.
Wow.
It's one big conglomerate.
As they say.
Yes. Yes, I think it's time for us to go.
I think it has been.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Don't die.